롤토체스'로 알려진 TFT가 출시 5주년을 맞았습니다. TFT는 지난 2019년 6월에 출시된 뒤 전략 게임을 선호하는 유저들에게 사랑받아 왔는데요. 특히 머시베놈이 부른 TFT 모바일 두둥 등장 랩송이나 국악이 결합된 먹무르와 판소리 등은 음악적으로 주목받기도 했죠. TFT 개발자들에게 5주년 소감은 어떤지, 또 어떤 이벤트가 준비됐는지 들어봤습니다.
Thank you so much to all of our players. Our Korean players have been wonderful. The amount of love and feedback and support that we've gotten from the community in Korea is fantastic. And over the past 5 years on TFT, we're really grateful that you've grown with us. And as TFT has grown, we're really happy and we really appreciate your support.
So we wanted to really celebrate 5 year in a big way, launch a big in-game event, and really make it a party where players feel really celebrated and appreciated. And that's why we are launching the TFT 5-year bash. It's going to be active from June 12th to July 15th, and there's 3 key features of the event. The first one is that we're going to have a bunch of anniversary themed cosmetics. So Pengu is the mascot of TFT, the beloved mascot, and there's going to be a ton of new Pengu skins. I think they're personally some of the best skins that we've ever done. The second is completely free rewards. So we're celebrating in a big way. We want to be more generous than ever before. There's going to be a daily login system for the first time in TFT. Players just have to log in 10 days out of an almost 6-week long event to earn a bunch of free rewards. We're also doing a completely free event pass for the first time, and that's where players can earn emotes, treasure tokens, star shards, and then of course the anniversary Pengu. And then lastly, there will be a brand new game mode, as you mentioned. It's called Pengu's Party, and it's meant for players to be able to select 2 traits, 2 iconic traits from any of our past 10 sets. I can talk about some of the traits, but there are a bunch of fun combinations in there. We're excited for players to be able to experiment and play away. So we wanted to choose a combination of traits that players will really remember and traits that are also, they work really well with Inkborn Fables traits, because that is going to be the active set that'll be live at the time. Traits that are very different and unique from each other, and then also just iconic traits of the past. So it's all a combination of traits. It's really meant to allow players to flex outside of the current established meta of set 11. And during the playtest, actually, I'll give a fun example. Somebody cooked up an 8-bruiser Kabuko mountain comp with laser core. So all of the bruisers had a ton of lasers all over them doing damage, just staying alive. Our main focus with the 5-year bash will be online, but I know that there's a bunch of regions looking to do some in-person activations, and I heard Korea in particular will actually be doing an in-person event for the 5-year celebration. It's going to be between June 20th and 8th and June 30th in Seoul. So I know there's going to be a lot more announcements coming out in the next few weeks. So
These encounters have been a lot of fun for players. I think that they're a wonderful example of how luck can drive skill in TFT, where you have these events, they're random, they create these new situations that you've never been in before. And then as a player, part of the skill of the game is how do you navigate this situation you've never been in before and that your opponents have never been in before, and how do you take that and play it to the best of your advantage. Encounters are very much the Inkborn Fables mechanic. We like it. It's been very well received by players, but it's really important that as TFT goes forward, we experiment with a bunch of different things and that we continue to embrace that sense of novelty. So we have no intention right now of making the encounters mechanic permanent.
I can talk about some of my favorite players. So Bebe, these are streamers. Bebe and Bobe are 2 streamers that I really loved watching, Korean streamers. I think just watching each region, I feel in TFT, the high skilled regions, they all have different types of play styles. I feel like Korean players, they play very intelligently, and they can play both the aggressive and sack long con playstyle, and then the stack aggressive playstyles.
I'm excited to see the Korean scene continue to expand. I hope that when you look at those results, that's an opportunity for Korean players to take their dominance in esports to another game. And personally, as a huge League of Legends esports fan and a TFT esports fan, it's fun to see NA win some things. So I am excited to see Korean players retake that crown and see the other regions battling back. One of the things that you pointed out in there that I think is really interesting that I want to talk about a little bit more is multiple units at the same cost tend to be powerful at the same time. And to some extent, that's a function of the bank system and the way that TFT works fundamentally. That as players pull certain units out of the pool, like say lots of 2-cost units are getting pulled out of the pool, then it becomes more appealing to roll for other 2-cost units because those units are going to be more prevalent in your shop. And so this is a natural thing that we're thinking about a lot of how do we balance in a world where as 2-cost units become more popular, other players are incentivized to go and get more 2-cost units. And so I think that's one of the good examples of how balancing in TFT is really complex. We are working really hard to make sure that all of those things are taken into account and that there is a diverse set of comps for players to play across a variety of different playstyles and skill levels.
안녕하세요. 유기자의 알탭 유요한 기자입니다. TFT의 5번째 생일을 맞아서 오는 28일부터 서울 성수동에 생일 파티 테마의 팝업 공간이 운영된다고 합니다. 미니게임이나 포토부스도 마련되어 있고 또 방문하면 무료 굿즈도 준다고 하니까요. 시간 되시는 분들은 한번 방문해서 TFT의 지난 5년을 추억해보는 건 어떨까요?